fibrologists, it is Tony from the Fibrology Lab, and this is another weekly demo. We are in the month of August of 2022, and our theme this month, our feature brand this month is QuiltSmart products, fusible products. And I wanted to kind of go through and do a demo on some of their smaller projects, one for you to learn to be comfortable with it, and two, let's get those holiday gifts done. I know it's only 4 months away to the for Christmas, so let's start getting thinking. Let's get the little things done. Handmade is the way to go. The best part of all these little demos that I've been showing over the last couple weeks is they just take very small amounts of fabric, perfect for scraps. And again, today's example is no exception to that. So today we are doing the money bag from QuiltSmart. It's this little wallet. It has 2 pockets. Perfect for business cards, gift card giving, perfect to put your driver's license and credit card and put it with your phone and go out on the town. I thought of an idea after I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to put elastic on one next when I do, so I can actually slip it on my phone and it stays with my phone. So a couple of things about this, if you're going to do it, there's a couple of things you can add. I did mine totally different because I'm a rebel. I am a rebel. You can add a strap to the side, which I will show you how to do. And you can use Velcro for your fasteners. I use snaps because they're a lot easier. I don't have to mark anything. I just punch a hole in it, and I'm going to show you how I do my snaps and what tool I use for that. So let's just go ahead and get going. First thing you're going to do, if you have the panel, you have enough to make 3. So go ahead and separate those 3 fusibles out, and you're going to have it look like this. So this is about 5 inches by about 18, so it's perfect to use with fat quarters. As you look at this, you're going to press it onto the wrong side. Just remember, with all fusibles, the bumpy side is the glue. If you don't have a bumpy side to any fusible and it's like glistening, like glitter, flat glitter, that's another way you know that's the glue side. The shiny side is going to be the glue side, but in this case, this is bubbly, so that's the glue side. You don't want that to touch your iron. You want to make sure that it's facing down on the wrong side of your fabric for this particular project. So you're going to do that, and one of the tips I always tell people when you are ironing is make sure you lift the iron up. Don't sit there and slide the iron over it, because what you're doing is shifting all that glue, and you're more likely to get wrinkles on your fabric side of your project. Just something to keep in mind. So what they tell you to do first is transfer your Velcro markings to the front side. So if you are going to use Velcro, you have the loopy. The harder, stiffy part is the loops. Excuse me, is the hook side. I'm sorry, where my left finger is, and then the loop side is the fuzzy stuff of the Velcro. So that's where you put those there. There's also a spot here for straps, so I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that. And I've discovered it's a lot easier. You can make a strap, and you can use the leftover fusible and make it stronger, but keep it simple. You're just going to take about 2 inches of fabric, fold it in half. I should have brought the fabric over here to show you that, but I just put it together. You fold it in half and fold it in half until it's in the center, and then I just did a straight stitch line on it. And we're going to pin that in place right here where it says strap. But first thing, before you pin it, even though it tells you to pin it first, I would press this in these creases that we are about to do. This is where it gets a teeny bit confusing. So this is where it's visually helpful for this demo. So in the first direction, the next direction, it tells you match line B. Well, first of all, line B has a pair of scissors. So make sure you put that cut in there, because that's going to make a difference when we turn it inside out. And then we're going to take that whole line and fold it up to line A. You can tell I've done this a few times because I've pressed it, but it makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to fold it up to line B to A. So that's line B right here where the cut is to A. Then we have C, and then there's D down here. So we're going to bring D up to C. And again, press it. So I am using a cordless iron that's perfect for this type of process because it's smaller and it gets hot. All the things that I'm going to show you today, like the iron and the snaps, there will be links in the video below for you to go and get your own. I do not carry these items in stock just because that's just something I don't do, but I have found a link that you can do. It is an affiliated link. I make a teeny bit of money on it, but it also will help you in building your supplies for your sewing studio. All right, so we folded B to A and then D to C. Now we're going to flip it over, and I'm going to fold it over in half to where these two edges are meeting. And again, I press it. Now I still have my strap, so let's get that strap in there. I don't typically use the strap. Where's the strap marking? There it is. But if you want to strap, you can totally do it. So I'm going to fold my strap in half. I'm actually going to fold my strap in half again because I want to make sure it's in between these layers. So that's where the strap needs to go. I'll do this first. And I put the strap underneath that little line. And I'm going to pin through all layers. Now we are going to sew all the way around this U shape. So 3 sides, 1, 2, 3. But see what happens to that strap? So make sure that strap is folded under and pin it in place. That way it just stays, you know, it's not going to come out and spring out at you when you're sewing around. And you're going to sew all the way around. Now I do, when I start and stop, make sure you're back stitching at the beginning and the end because you've got those folds to make sure it secures it down. So we're going to stitch all the way around. This one's all the way down. I didn't put a strap in, but it's all the way around. I've got my U shape. I did curve it a little bit. And then I do suggest cutting your curves really close to the stitch line, so that way when you turn it inside out it will turn around nicely. So I'm going to trim it just a little bit. Okay, now when we flip it over, there's that hole, that slit that we did in the line B. We're going to just turn it inside out from that point. Might take a little finagling, just kind of work it around. And I'm going to show you how to fix it if you turned it around and in the pocket's not where you want it. Hopefully you don't hear my kitty cat crying outside my door. That's what he does. So as you see it's starting to take shape, I'm going to pull it up a little bit because I want to make sure that it is, all my corners are kind of pushed out. I want it to be nice and finished, has a nice finished edge to it. And this is probably the longest part of the whole project. This goes together so fast, so fun, so easy. So I've poked all those out. Now I'm going to bring this down and kind of manipulate between the pocket folds. And make sure they're laying flat. They are, it looks like. And then I'm going to take the chopstick underneath and push this part out. So you just keep pushing and pulling until you get it to where you want it to be and where everything's poking out properly and laying flat. There we go. That's what I need to do. And then we're just going to take the iron again to it and press it. Of course, I'm doing this a little faster because I'm on the video. So I would probably spend a lot more time making this look nice and crisp and flat. Now it feels a little bulky, but that's because of the fusible in there. That much gives it some body, and it really helps hold the shape of this little wallet. So I did not put a strap on this, but your strap would kind of hang out over here underneath your folds. So what I'm going to do for my snap now is I'm not going to bring it all the way down because I want to make sure if I put cards in here that they'll have enough space. So I bring it about, it's not, oh, yeah, I guess it's about halfway. So about halfway, I'm going to go ahead and press it again just so it holds its shape while I do this next part. Now this is a crimper snapping tool. It uses plastic snaps. Again, I will put a link in the description below. Make sure you have 4 pieces. You should have 2 that look like tacks. And you need a male and a female piece so you can make sure that it'll snap together. This comes with a little pokey thing. This is very sharp. There's a reason there's an earring back on it because it's very sharp. And I am just going to put it with it closed, just punch it a little bit. So I have a hole here and I have a hole here. You guys see that hole? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the tack part through the hole. I'm going to do one side at a time. And because there is that fusible, it's a little more, there's a little more pain to do it. Stick the other piece on, and this is the best part. You just crimp it. Hopefully, since I'm videotaping this, that it does it with the first time. Now, the way this crimper works, the tack part, the smooth part goes on the bottom, and the pointy part goes to where it's pointing under to this silicone looking tip. So I'm just going to put it under the crimper like this and smush it. Doesn't take a lot of pressure, doesn't need it, and it's in there. See how it flattened that tip? So now I'm going to do the other side. This time I put the flat side of the tack on the inside into that little marking hole that I stuck it in. Okay. I'm going to stick the female piece on top. Rinse and repeat. My favorite saying. I'm going to stick the tack part, the flat part in the bottom, the pointy part in the top. Push and squeeze, and it's flattened that piece too. And now I have a snap. I love this little thing. It's so much easier for this type of project. So anyway, that is the money bag by QuiltSmart. Again, the tools that I use will be in a link below the video for you to follow up if you would like to get your own snapping tool and your own cordless iron. And if you have any questions, also the link for the money bag fusible will be in the links below as well. So if you have any questions, just ask, leave a message or leave a comment. Remember to subscribe. That way you get notifications when I do these type of demos. Next month is a new month. Next week is a new month. And we will be doing some new demos with a new feature product. I hope you'll come back and watch me then. You guys have a great one. And remember, we are friends, fibers, and fun.